Flaws. What are flaws? And who even decide what is a flaw? And on what scale they measure what is less flaw, which is more flawed, right? So when we understand, so flaw, which is also called like imperfection, we can say. So imperfection definitely is totally opposite of perfection. So what is even perfection? Who decide what is a perfection? I know we all are human beings. So what is a perfect human being? How do we measure that? I can tell you this with very beautiful example. You might have seen a flowering plant, right? So a flowering plant gives a flower. So those flowers are very similar to each other in their color, in their shape, right? In their structure. They are similar to each other. So when we go quite deeply, we try to count the petal of flowers. So those petals are not similar. You will count some flower has like 5 petals, some has 6, 8, 10 like this. They are not same, right? When these flowers are after being like flower, they have like different number of those petals. But does that not make that as flower? Is that not? Don't we call that as flower? Who has like 6 petal, who has 8 petal? So what is a perfect flower in that? A flower is flower, right? So what is a perfect flower? We don't know about a perfect flower. We just know that what is a flower. Same it's with our human being as well. So a human being is a human being. We can think, we can feel, we can imagine. We are alive. We can understand the other person. So that's what makes us enough human, right? So what is our imperfection even? How do I see? Does my color change? Does my race change myself? Does the way how I look that decides like what am I human or not? What is a perfect human? So as our today's society, they are imparting these flaws. They are taking that there is a perfect measurement they put that this kind of hairstyle is considered this kind of dressing shall be like this, or this kind of behavior, this kind of attitude shall be like this. So they have like a chart of measurement where they tend to measure the humans, like this human, that human, a person of particular race, particular colors, human like this, a person with particular height, particular physiques, nature is like this. So this is like a full chart which has been created by our society, which is very painful, I believe. Because if you try to understand the very nature of existence, look at the beautiful earth on what we all are being nurtured. Look at the earth. It was supposed to be round, right? But is it round? We all know that earth is not total round, right? So what is a perfect round? So do we call earth as imperfect planet? Because as it is round, so it is not a perfect round. So it's supposed to be imperfect, right? So are we saying that earth is imperfect? When you will have to understand these things. I don't know what are these labels called perfection, so-called imperfection. Let's not discuss about these so-called these scales of perfection or these flaws. Let's just take human as human. Let's understand the values of humanity. Let's understand the life. When we are so beautiful, we are so, our species is like one of the most lucky species that we can feel anything. We can understand other. Don't you think it's such a beautiful gift what we got? It's just to look at other animal kingdom. I'm not saying they don't have emotion, they don't have love. I have seen animals like deeply rooted emotions. Sometimes they tend to overtake human to express their emotions. But still human are having some upper ground. We got reason, we got thinking, thought process, which animals are somehow lacking. At least not competing with human till that extent. So when we humans are this capable, when we are like most beautiful created being, so don't you think that we will have to respect, or at least we shall respect this. It is how this is, because life, it's a very beautiful gift, or the understanding of human is a very beautiful creation. We shall respect this. So I at least hope that each and every single person, whoever is watching this video, at least please, if you have this kind of vision or this kind of mindset to measure other by their flaws or their perfection, please ignore it. Please respect the existence of life. Understand the person as a person, a human being, a life form. Understand it. It's a very beautiful understanding. Just try, at least give a chance a little. Just try to think it. Try to feel it. And I'm sure that day you will start seeing word without any difference, without any scale, or without any vision or a spectacle of this so-called perfection, imperfection. You will notice then each and every single human have some sort of beauty in himself or herself. Every human has some sort of unique beauty, or at least in general they are human being. Such a beautiful creation. Just a look at. And I'm sure today's video will give you some sort of understanding about this particular scale of so-called flawed scale, so-called beautifying scale, or so-called perfection scale of perfection. So if it did, so please subscribe this channel, because I tend to discuss about these things, and I want you to become part of this channel, because I want to express the way how I feel. Because I believe that it is something what we can discuss about. If today's video was little helpful, or somehow gave you little understanding about the vision what we keep toward the society, so if it did, so I would consider the purpose of this video is achieved. And yes, if you did not subscribe this channel, please do that, because I want you to become part of this society, part of this community. It's a very beautiful community. This channel has many other videos you can go and check out and have a little understanding about, where I discuss about the life, about a general understanding about human, about the general understanding about human behavior. Very beautiful videos are there, you can check out. And yes, if you don't want to subscribe probably due to some reason, so feel free to at least mention in comment section what's the reason, because that will give me a direction how to move forward, right? So by then, you take care of yourself, and always look at the world with just a humanity, just a vision of human, not with any kind of filters, right? So by then, please take care.